Most men crumble. They let people walk in and out of their lives as if their time and emotions are free. They let those who abandoned them come back and take more because they're too scared to say no. But you're different. You've been hurt, betrayed, and abandoned. But you're not here to wallow in self-pity. You're here because you're done being used. You want to know why they left, why they're back, and most importantly, how to respond like the man you're becoming. You're here to break the cycle, and I'm here to show you how. Number 1. Guilt. Guilt is one of the heaviest emotions a human being can carry, but here's the hard truth. Guilt has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. When someone leaves you, especially a woman in today's modern relationship landscape, they don't feel guilt in the beginning. No, in the moment, they're convinced they're making the right choice. They walk away with confidence, maybe even arrogance, thinking you'll be fine, or worse, thinking you won't be fine but not caring enough to stay. But guilt doesn't knock on their door immediately. It creeps in slowly, like a shadow they can't outrun. Let me paint you a picture. She leaves you, convinced there's something better out there. Maybe it's the thrill of independence, the allure of attention from other men, or the belief that you're replaceable. At first she feels free, unshackled, and maybe even empowered by her decision. But life doesn't work the way she thought it would. The attention she craved from others feels hollow. The freedom she wanted feels lonely. And you're not sitting around like she expected. You're not texting her, chasing her, or begging her to come back. Instead, you're moving forward, building your life, becoming stronger. And that's when the guilt hits her like a freight train. It starts as a whisper in her mind, a quiet voice saying, "Did I make a mistake?" Then it grows louder. She remembers the nights you stayed up listening to her problems, the times you supported her dreams, the way you were her rock when the world felt like it was crumbling. She remembers your patience, your loyalty, your love. And that's when it dawns on her. She didn't just lose a man, she lost the man. But don't confuse her guilt for genuine regret. It's not about what she did to you, it's about how what she did makes her feel. That's the key. Guilt is selfish. It's not about healing the pain she caused, it's about soothing the discomfort she feels now that you're gone. She sees you thriving, and it eats her alive. It's not because she wants to celebrate your success. It's because your success is a reminder of her failure. She starts to question herself. If he's doing so well without me, was I ever really the problem? Did I give up too easily? But instead of sitting with those questions and taking accountability, she chooses the easier path, coming back. She thinks if she can slide back into your life, even for a moment, it will ease the weight of her guilt. And here's where most men make the mistake. They think her return is a sign of love, a sign that she's finally realized what she lost. But it's not. It's a sign that she can't handle the consequences of her own actions. Her guilt is not your responsibility. You are not her emotional band-aid. If you take her back out of pity, you're not just letting her off the hook. You're giving her permission to do it again. Think about it. What happens when she feels guilty again in the future? Will she walk away again, knowing she can come back whenever it suits her? You have to draw the line. Guilt is her burden to bear, not yours. Let her sit with it. Let her face the reality of her choices. Because every time you allow her back into your life, you're telling her that your boundaries, your peace, and your self-respect are negotiable. And as a man, those things should never be negotiable. Guilt is her problem, not yours. You've already done the work. You've healed, or you're healing. You've picked up the pieces she left behind, and you're building something stronger. Don't let her guilt pull you back into a situation that broke you. You're not her savior. You're not her redemption. You're the man she couldn't replace, and that's a truth she'll have to live with. The moment you understand this is the moment you reclaim your power. Number 2, fear of loss. Fear of loss is primal. It's hardwired into us as human beings. But here's the catch. Men and women experience it differently. For men, fear of loss often comes from a place of genuine connection. When a man fears losing a woman, it's because he sees her as a partner, someone he's invested in emotionally, mentally, and physically. But for women, especially in today's modern relationship dynamics, fear of loss is often tied to control, to the comfort of knowing someone is there. It's not about losing you as a person. It's about losing what you represented in her life. And that distinction makes all the difference. When she left, she didn't think she was losing you. She thought she was gaining freedom, options, and maybe even an upgrade. She thought the grass was greener on the other side. But what she didn't realize is that the grass is only green where it's watered. So she left, thinking she could find someone better, someone who'd give her the same level of commitment and care without requiring her to reciprocate. And for a while, she probably believed she made the right choice. But then reality hit. She realized the world isn't as forgiving as you were. Other men don't care about her dreams the way you did. They don't listen, support, or sacrifice the way you did. And suddenly she starts to see you in a different light. She sees you moving on, thriving, and becoming the man she never thought you could be. She sees the strength you've built, the confidence you carry, and it terrifies her. Not because she wants to be part of your journey, but because she's no longer in control of the narrative. When you were together, she held the power. She knew you'd fight for her, sacrifice for her, and move mountains to make her happy. But now she's just another spectator in your life, and that scares her more than anything. The fear of losing you isn't about love or regret. It's about control. It's about the realization that she no longer holds a place in your life. And that fear drives her to come back, not because she's changed, but because she wants to reclaim the power she lost. She'll say all the right things, do all the right things, and make you believe she's a different person. But ask yourself this: if she truly valued you, why did she leave in the first place? Why did it take losing you to make her see your worth? The answer is simple. She didn't see it until it was too late. And that's not your fault. It's hers. Her fear is not your responsibility. It's not your job to reassure her, to comfort her, or to give her the validation she's seeking. Your job is to protect your peace, to continue building the life you deserve, and to never let anyone disrupt your progress. Fear is a powerful motivator, but it's also a selfish one. Don't let her fear manipulate you into giving her a second chance. You're not her safety net. You're not her backup plan. You're the man she didn't appreciate when she had you, and that's a truth she'll have to live with. When she comes back, she'll try to tap into your emotions. She'll remind you of the good times, the memories, the promises you made to each other. But don't let nostalgia cloud your judgment. Those memories are in the past for a reason. The promises were broken the moment she chose to walk away. And the man you are now, the man who's stronger, wiser, and more resilient, deserves better than someone who only values him when it's convenient. Fear of loss is her problem, not yours. Let her fear you. Let her regret losing you. Let her realize that the man she took for granted is no longer available to her. That's not cruelty. It's justice. It's the natural consequence of her choices. And as a man, you have every right to protect yourself from those who don't deserve a place in your life. You're not just any man. You're the man she couldn't replace. And that's a reality she'll have to live with for the rest of her life. Number 3, validation. Validation. This is the one that cuts the deepest because it reveals the harshest truths about human nature, especially in modern relationships. When she comes back, it's not because she misses you, loves you, or has had some grand epiphany about your worth. No, she's back because she craves something far more selfish: validation. Her ego is starving, and you were the one who used to feed it. Now that you're gone, she's realized just how empty she feels without you there to tell her she's enough. But don't confuse this craving for affection. It's not love. It's a need to feel desired, important, and in control. When a woman seeks validation, she's not looking to build a healthy connection. She's looking to refill the cup that's been empty since you left. Modern relationships are plagued by this endless cycle of validation seeking, fueled by social media, superficial attention, and the belief that self-worth comes from external sources. And she's no exception. When you were together, you made her feel seen, valued, and significant. You listened to her, supported her, and gave her your energy without hesitation. But the moment she walked away, she thought she could replace that validation with likes, comments, and meaningless flings. She thought attention from other men would give her the same sense of worth that you did. But she was wrong. The attention she sought turned out to be shallow, fleeting, and ultimately unfulfilling. Those men didn't care about her dreams, her fears, or her flaws. They only cared about what she could offer in the moment. And when they were done, they moved on without a second thought. And now she's left with the bitter taste of regret and the hollow echo of her own choices. That's when she remembers you. She remembers the man who gave her more than surface-level attention, the man who made her feel like she mattered. And suddenly, she's back in your messages, claiming she misses you, needs you, and wants another chance. But don't be fooled. This isn't about love or connection. It's about her need to feel validated again. When she tells you she's sorry, it's not because she's truly remorseful. It's because she wants to hear you say it's okay. When she says she misses you, it's not because she's ready to rebuild what was lost. It's because she wants to know she still holds a place in your heart. When she says she wants to try again, it's not about fixing the relationship. It's about reassuring herself that she hasn't been replaced. Her return is about her, not you. And the moment you give in, you're handing her the power she lost when she walked away. Validation is a drug, and you were her supplier. But now that you've cut her off, she's desperate for another hit. Don't give it to her. Don't let her use your kindness, your forgiveness, or your love to soothe her insecurities. You've grown stronger in her absence, and your strength is the very reason she wants back in. But you didn't build that strength to hand it over to someone who couldn't appreciate it. You built it to protect yourself, to stand tall, and to move forward without looking back. The moment you understand this, you'll see her return for what it truly is, an attempt to regain control over you. She doesn't want you to move on because it threatens her sense of importance. She doesn't want you to thrive without her because it forces her to confront the reality of her own mistakes. And she doesn't want you to find someone better because it shatters the illusion that she was irreplaceable. But none of that is your responsibility. Her insecurities are not your burden to carry, and her need for validation is not your problem to solve. When she comes back, remember this: you are not a crutch for her broken ego. You are not a tool for her self-esteem. You are a man who has built his worth on his own terms, not on the opinions or approval of others. And that is something she will never truly understand. Her return is not a sign of your value. It's a sign of her desperation. And the man you've become deserves better than to be someone's second choice, backup plan, or emotional safety net. They come back for guilt, fear, and validation, but none of those reasons have anything to do with you. They left because they couldn't see your worth, and they're back because they can't handle your absence. But their return is not your closure. It's not your second chance. It's your test. A test to see if you've truly learned to protect your peace, to value yourself above the opinions and actions of others. If you've ever been in this situation, comment below. I'm choosing my peace, because that's what real strength looks like. It's not about revenge or resentment. It's about freedom. freedom from the cycle, the pain, and the people who don't deserve you. If this video resonated with you, support the channel by subscribing. It helps YouTube recommend this content to others who need it the most. Your growth is our mission, and together we can reach more people and help them take control of their lives.